Welcome back to the Iron King Inc. YouTube channel. My name is Quentin. Behind me is a 16H Caterpillar motor grader, and today we're going to be pulling the ripper. All right, so here we have a 16H multi-shank rear. I think they're all multi-shanks. I've never actually seen a single. But anyway, what we're going to be doing today is pulling this ripper off the back of the machine. I'm going to start by cutting all these flags off of these pins that were welded on, and they're welded onto all of the pins that I can see. And right now this ripper is in the completely raised position. Usually there's a cylinder right here, but obviously someone needed it more than I did, and it has been missing for a while. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get our forklift, lift the ripper, undo that link right there, and lower it down to the ground. So basically this big arm right here is flat, and that way we can start cutting those flags off safely. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use our forklift. I would use the crane, but unfortunately right here is the gantry for the crane, and it is too close and it won't allow me to pick the ripper. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the door and get the forklift in here. Oh yeah. Whoa. Good morning. The ripper supported with the forks, and now if we look at this pin, see how loose that is? So basically we're free now from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these flags off this pin with the torch, cut right there, and push that pin out. Okay, so I wound up actually closing the door back up. It was getting pretty cold for the guys on the rebuild side. So what I'm going to do is got my flint, got our torch, got our glasses. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut all these flags off of all these pins here really quick, and then we'll go ahead and open up the door real quick and lift the ripper up and pull all the pins out. All of the welded on flags are all torched off. I left this one because we're actually going to bring the pin back this way. On the other side, we're going to have to drive the pins in. So I'll have to drive them through and pop them out that way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fire up the forklift, lift up again, and get this big link removed so we can lower this entire ripper down to the ground. And then I'll support this with a jack stand, and that way it loosens up the pressure on these pins. I was able to adjust the lift a little bit to let more of this pressure off, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this pin back. I'm gonna push this forward. Okay, now we've released. I'm gonna leave that pin right there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the ripper all the way down. What I have here are two 22-ton rated jack stands. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift these up and place it underneath the ripper beam. At least lift it. I'm going to lift the ripper beam a little bit, lift that up. That way, hopefully we have about an inch of clearance between there. And then I'll start pulling these links off. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift these out. I'm gonna take this piece of 2x4, I'm gonna put that in between our ripper beam and our jack stand. The reason I do that, if you just put metal on metal is like black ice. So this allows some sort of, it's like a washer. It allows some squish, so that way there's friction there, and hopefully it doesn't slide anywhere. Should be good to go. I need to pull this out of here, that way we can pull this pin back. 19, 19. Same thing on the bottom here. Bolts out of our pins. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hammer these out on both sides and get these links out of the way. Right now I have the forklift supporting the bottom of the beam, so I'm gonna pull these out, and if you can look, there's no pressure on them, so I can move that back and forth. That means it's got no pressure on it, which that's a good thing. That's what we want. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by busting out, getting all those links off the top. Now I want to add to this too. I know 100% that when I punch this pin out, it's going to drop. So might be a loud bang, but I know what's going to happen. It's going to swing down here. I'm going to make sure I'm out of the way. Second one is out. Came out pretty much just as easy as the other one. I'm gonna leave these for now. What I'll do now is, since this is being supported by the forklift, I'm gonna go ahead and beat those pins out on the bottom and get our beam away from our bottom. So both pins are out. All right, as of right now, both pins on this are removed. I'm gonna go ahead, take our giant forklift, ease this thing up, and go park it out there, and do that with the rest of the parts. just noticed I forgot one pin. Let's see. One that holds it in at least. All right. Which, that's freaking crappy. I didn't even notice that. Well, that's some good engineering right there. And it's right above the fuel line too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the right thing and cut it. I got my magnet jammed in here to hold the bolt head up. What I'm doing is get the torch out and just slice it right there really quick, and it'll just drop straight down. Come on. There it goes. Sweet. I'm gonna just see if I can wrestle these links out of here. One link. Two for two. So I was working on smashing these pins out that way, and unfortunately these links that are bent, those are supposed to be straight. And what's happening is when those bent, it's forcing the pin against the bore right here, and it's not going to let me move it. So what I'm going to do is unbolt the ripper right here and right there. And what that should do is that should allow me to just lower this whole unit down, and then we'll bust the pins out in the back. Bigger gun time. Went ahead and busted out the big guns. Hopefully this works. I really don't want to use a torch on it. That's not fun. Well, turns out I'm a meathead and grabbed the wrong adapter. Be right back with the right adapter. We got our 1" 3/4 adapter. It's either gonna break it or it's gonna work. I'm hoping for the second option. 38. 30. Oh, I better loosen that. There we go. Dang it. I'm gonna go see if I got a 38 and a 1". Well, got the correct socket. It's a 1" drive 38. I tried using the adapter, but what happens is you lose a bunch of torque. So we'll get that off there, and hopefully this does it. All right, time to get the torch on it, I guess. Heat around it. Hopefully that's enough to break loose. Dang it. Okay. I'm heating around. Hopefully it expands enough, loosens up the thread. I'm gonna get the crane over here, chain this guy up and lift up. That way when we take these bolts out, it doesn't swing down, swing up and cut me in half. So I'm going to attempt to take our hooks and hook them through these eyes right here. Hopefully it's big enough. Is it? Oh no, I think that's going to be just fine. Nice. That was cameraman's idea. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Got two more over here. I don't think she moved. Ballzona, bud. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zip some bolts back in here and cut that bolt the rest of the way up into the bore. That way it's at least off of this, and then I think we'll be all good to drop down. All right, I'm putting safety bolts back in here. That way when I go to cut it, it doesn't try and... That's a little tight. Okay, let's send it. Two safety bolts, perfect. Torch time. Yay! We love using the torch. No, we don't. Where's your water? All right, we got it. Okay. Super sketchy bolt, come on out now. Come on out. Okay. So I'll show you what the problem is here. If you go up close here, this is jammed. So if you look right up in here, it's not dropping how it should. It's completely jammed from dropping all the way. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. Sledgehammer. Not a really good spot to hit. Have a sit rep and think. That's holding it. We'll be right back. sucks with that friggin' bolt. It's gone, done, see you later. Now it should come out. Pain in the butt. There we go. This is try 450,000.2 niner. Don't need that bolt. Okay, now let's watch this not work. Hey, that moved a lot more than it did before. Really trying. Oh, we're close. All right, we're really close. Trying. Come on. Moving the forklift in. We're going to lift up on the bottom there. Hopefully that gives us enough. Tilt back. Okay. Pick up. Okay, hold up. Come down. Come down. Man, this isn't working out in our favor. Just laying on something, getting all jammed up. Bolt left there. What the frick is happening? I wonder if it's getting long. I see what our problem is. So we're stuck inside there. Only way to get it out is to beat that pin out. Well, hopefully we can heat that up enough and heating up this bore. Hopefully we can get that pin that's stuck free. Okay, sledgehammer. Is it gonna work? Probably not. Well, more heat, I guess. Oh yeah, that thing's all rusted up. Okay, well, we'll come back to you. We'll keep hitting the side of there. All right, guys, so after probably an hour of heating and whacking with a sledgehammer, unfortunately, I cannot get this pin out. So what we're gonna do is in the next video, we're gonna turn that pin into lava, and that involves one of these rods. It's gonna straight up turn it into a liquid, and that pin will be gone out of our hair, and we can get this ripper off. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like it, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thanks.